for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tej pack. Tej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliate and scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tej pack. Feel the Tej, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I just got done filling the Tej myself, so I look nice. Snaps. I got a compliment this morning. I done got a compliment. Now I'm feeling myself. What's going on, friends and family? What is the word? Thunderbird. That's what the OGs used to say. I think I'm about to sell my Apple Watches. Rita don't use hers. I have mine on, but I feel like I need to have my Rolex on more often than not. Say what now? Rita over here having a whole conversation with herself, y'all. Jesus Christ. What's happening, family? What's happening, friends? We're going to get into it today. I want to talk about, the things that I'm looking forward to talking about is probably the more controversial stuff. Because the controversial stuff is the things that need to be addressed. We can all sing Kumbaya. We can all continue to be friends and family and all of this other type of junk. But in reality, I think that it's important for us to address the things that are interesting and controversial. One thing that's controversial before we get into this whole border crisis, busing and flying immigrants into Martha's Vineyard and DC and New York and all of this other type of stuff. The one thing that I want to get into before we deep dive into that, first of all, I want to make sure that I acknowledge and get all of the housekeeping out of the way. So first of all, let me first acknowledge Cash Apps, Super Chats, anybody that sends me anything, PayPals. I want to say that I appreciate you. Thank you, Corey Houston. He just sent me $3 for today's content. I want to thank Paula. Paula sent me $5. I appreciate you, Paula. Thank you for continuing to hold me down. And thank you to the bag chasers. Thank you to Tej Henley. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. That link is in the description for y'all to be able to tap into Tej. And it is a great product. I use it. Look how clear my skin is. No filter, boy. This is all 100% webcam on the laptop that I'm using. I'm not using no special camera. I'm not using nothing. My skin is crazy clear. I have no problems whatsoever. Head clean, skin clean. Make sure y'all getting that Tej pack because that is the thing that is going to make sure that y'all looking good. Now, you're going to have to brush your own teeth. You're going to have to brush your own teeth, and you certainly going to have to use mouthwash, tongue scraper. You're going to have to shave yourself, all right? Tea is not a magic pill, but it will definitely get you that clean, phenomenal looking skin, and y'all going to be dope, all right? So make sure y'all get that Tej. Again, 30% off your first box plus a free gift. The link is in the description for that. And then in addition to that, I also want to highlight my bag chaser. So we was kind of mining it out on Q&A last night because I got some flights that's coming up because I got to take care of some business all across the Americas. We was having a conversation on Q&A last night. Shout out to my girl Q. And the conversation primarily centered around what we were going to do for the bag chasers, because my Patreon members, in which the link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat, my Patreon members, we had a Patreon meetup in Detroit. And so we did Detroit, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Miami, New York, Houston, DC. We've done a lot of cities this year. And so every year I'm always looking to create a better product, give more content, so on and so forth. And so I got a couple interviews that's lined up. I got mastermind sessions that's coming. I have exclusive videos that's coming. And I always prioritize my bag chasers first. So one of the things that I wanted to let y'all know before I drop the poll in the Patreon, summarizing what it is that we did in Detroit, and then more importantly, getting you guys' insight as to where we're going next. So we are 95, let's say 95, not 97. 96% sure that we are probably going to spend New Year's in Miami. And so it is a strong possibility that we will probably spend New Year's with the bag chasers. And so that will probably be the priority. And I want to give y'all enough leeway and enough heads up to be able to come and kick it with your boy. So we are mining out what the next city is going to be. But more importantly, we are planning to spend New Year's with you guys and have a good time. So that is a strong possibility. I need to make sure that my schedule accommodates it, that everything makes sense. So if you are not a part of the Patreon, the link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat, because it is not a course. We don't have courses. It is a family and a community. And I drop videos for my family and my community, and I give them the exclusives, and I fly out to meet them in their cities. And make sure y'all tap into the Discord as a result of tapping into the Patreon. But we are a family, and we do things family-like because I prioritize y'all. I love y'all, and I absolutely, positively, 100% value you guys. You are absolutely awesome. All right. So housekeeping out of the way. Something wrong? I'm still on, right? We ain't got no interruption in the internet connection. I just want to make sure that we good. Okay. We good. All right. And I was frustrated this morning. My corporate job. Huh? I got to sign in. They said, Anton, we got to have a meeting at the same time that you're supposed to be live streaming, which obviously that's a problem. So I said, all right, cool. I dial in, but that don't mean I'm going to be paying attention. So anyways, let me make sure that I update that. Make sure that I'm available so they can see me online. Y'all know how it is. Come on, man. We live in the real world. Make sure that I'm available. And we're going to get started right on this conversation. All right, cool. So we good there. My daughter came in this morning and said, Dad, what you doing here? Who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing here? No, I'm not quitting J Mars. Daughter walked in and said, what you doing here? I said, what you doing here? You supposed to be at school. I had a half a day. Girl. Is it me or is it hot in here? Y'all turned off the air? Nice. Very. Very nice. Is it me or is it hot in here? Y'all turned off the air? Nice. Very 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 nice. is up with my family? Why are they trying to make me suffer? They do realize that it's still the summer up in this mug, right? Why would y'all turn off the air? Why would you turn it on? Because it's hot. What is wrong with you? Oh my God. What is wrong with my family? Got me in here. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Got me not about to do the show in the freaking Versace robe. Good grief. What we doing in here? Trying to starve me out, this bee. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my people. It's the morning. I'm supposed to have on a Versace robe. Brian. I'm mad at everybody today. I'm mad at my daughter for having a half a day. I'm mad at my wife for turning off the air. I'm mad at my corporate job for scheduling meetings at the time that I'm supposed to be live streaming. So what am I supposed to do? Not live stream? No, not happening. You can forget it. And I was already frustrated. I was on a meeting this morning. I said, what the piss is going on with our designs? Oh, the business said that they wanted this to be moved over there. I said, when did the business... About to make me cuss. I said, the Rolex is right here, big dog. I said, when did the business become responsible for the look and feel and the UX UI of what's happening over here in this? Stay out of our way. Out, man, I was spazzing out. I was spazzing out on the business today. I said, bro, y'all frustrating me, man. They said, all right, it's okay. What do you want? What do you need? I was about to say, I need another bonus. I got a bonus coming in October. I got equity and bonus coming in October, November, and March. I said, well, at least I'm a hold on. I got to hold on because it's too much money that y'all paying me. I'm frustrated, but y'all give me too much money. Shout out to Love C. For some reason, my computer is messed up and it's not letting me, let me see if I can pull this out. Overlays. Where's my, gosh, what is happening? I can't show my comments. I can't show my super chats right now. What's up with my super chat? Get the. My super chats is broke. I mean, my comment thing on the software messing up. What's happening today? Shout out to C. I'm going to read the super chats. I appreciate y'all for the super chats. Struggle streaming is real adorable. C says, hey, Anton, when you say buy stock in companies you already buy, what do you recommend if their stock is low performing? Example, Bath and Body Works. So here's the key. That's a really good question, C. And this is what I want you guys to start asking me. These are the type of questions that I want. So the concept of, hey, if you feel good enough to shop there, then I want you guys to split the amount that you would usually spend on the purchase and spend half of the money, right, on whatever it is that you're going to buy, and then spend the rest of the money on the actual buying into the company. What it's supposed to do is it's supposed to get your wheels turning and start incentivizing you to invest in yourself and spend more of your resources on assets and doing things that actually work in your best interest. Now, what I found, pay attention to what I'm saying here, guys. What I found is that once people start to get interested, it's just like sports, right? You can't go to a sporting event or go to a basketball game, sit front row, and then not get curious about the different players that's on the floor. You can't go to an event and then not get curious as to who's there or start to interact. So what it's supposed to do is put you in this mindset to where you start to feel incentivized to start to research and understand the things that you invested in instead of just buying it. So the first step is to get you into this mentality of, hey, I should be more of an investor instead of just being a consumer, right? The second step is to get you curious and start to say, okay, listen, I'm going to spend half of the money on actually investing, except I'm going to start doing research, and then I'm going to start allocating my resources towards the companies that I truly understand. Inside of the Patreon, I got the video that the 8 things that I look for when I'm looking to invest in a company. But the mindset is you're supposed to start to get curious about what it is that you're investing in, right? So instead of just being a consumer, then you become an investor. But then when you become an investor, you become an informed investor, right? So now you're supposed to transition away from just buying stock in the company to buying stock in companies that you truly love, because you are now a shareholder in those companies, which would also inform you as to whether or not you should still shop at the companies that you were shopping at before you became an informed investor. Because I don't buy products just in general. I also need to understand who I'm buying it from, why I'm buying it, and then my wheels naturally get turning as far as what it is that I'm investing my money in, both as a consumer and an investor, right? So I don't want you to just blindly buy into the companies that you purchase some products for. I want you to start becoming more informed and getting interested in the things that you're starting to invest your money in. So that is a phenomenal question. Thank you, C. Onyx, Grand Rising, fellow millionaires, shout out to you. I cannot put it on the screen. I do not know. I'm struggle streaming today. But shout out to everybody that continue to support the platform. My girl, Onyx, I love you, baby girl. I appreciate you. Onyx Monopoly is in the building. If y'all have not already, make sure that y'all hitting up Onyx and reaching out to her. She is a phenomenal person to have as a part of your network. And she is absolutely phenomenal. And again, shout out to Beautiful Disaster, because this is not financial advice. I am just giving you insight and understanding based off of what it is that I do. All right. Peter Investor said, Anton, you were spot on how Rivian's CEO body languages, the way he sits in a chair, hand gestures, color of the clothes, red or blue, wearing wedding rings, conveying subliminal message. Oh, I know. And see, the thing about it is that money is its own language. Networking is its own language. How you communicate is 90% body language, 10% of what actually comes out of your mouth. 90% body language, 10% of what actually comes out of your mouth. Wayne World said, are you invested in Porsche and Mercedes, Anton? No, I'm invested in Rivian, and I've recently divested from Tesla, and I decided to invest in Ford and Rivian. And then I got a little bit of stock in Lucid. I covered that yesterday. But again, the idea, guys, is that you start to spend the majority of your money on assets and things that continue to appreciate, but you need to be an informed investor instead of just throwing money blindly into the stock market, right? Informed investor instead of throwing money blindly into the stock market. Now, Wayne's World, one thing that you want to pay attention to, and this is what informed investors understand, is that Porsche is not its own entity, even though Volkswagen is trying to spin off Porsche to become its own entity in order to continue to raise money for the company. So Porsche is one of the most profitable cars on the market. There is no car that is getting better margins than Porsche. All right? No car is getting better margins than Porsche, which is one of the reasons why they're trying to take it publicly as its own separate entity from the Volkswagen family of cars, right? Which is one of the reasons why the Porsche Taycan and the Audi that's electric is both made on the same platform. Okay. And another thing before we get into this whole migrant busing thing, guys, I see Noble Xavier in the chat and he's saying, hey, pay off your debt first. Pay off your consumer debt first, okay? I did a video the other day where I was saying it's important for you to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is just as much making informed decisions as to where it is that you're going to allocate your resources as it is making sure that you're paying off your consumer debt. And then more importantly, also investing in you making more money. You making more money is not just multiple streams of income. Okay? You making more money is also you investing in your education, not getting a basket weaving degree, and possibly being able to generate more revenue on your regular job, which would then allow you to be able to plow more money into your businesses. All right? So we just going to make sure that we cover all bases. I want to give y'all all insight, and I want to make sure that you guys understand what it is that we're saying when I'm telling you to invest in yourself, don't carry around debt. It's okay to have debt, but not consumer debt. And you still have to be informed as to what it is that you're spending debt on. A lot of people will say stuff like, well, they're not giving out enough small business loans. We don't even know if you're profitable as a company. It's an easy way for you to be able to get more financing from a business perspective, but we don't truly understand how money works. And so just because you get more money does not make you a more informed investor, okay? Brian B says you can also invest in companies that contribute to car companies like Vineyard builds for some of the displays in the cars. Correct. They build for some of the displays. They also manufacture chips. I personally like ASML, which I love as a company because ASML is actually the company, and they're investing significantly in America. ASML is specifically the company that is building the machines that's building the semiconductor chips that they use in the plant. It's the only company in the world. And again, this is not financial advice. This is just me having conversations with you guys. It's the only company in the world that manufactures these machines in which they can then build these semiconductor chips, which we are going to need more and more of in the future. So I love ASML also. But that's just a little caveat for y'all. I'm not breaking down ASML. We got a completely different conversation that we want to have today. The conversation that we want to have today is our borders. Now we're going to attack this from several different angles. Okay? We're going to attack this from several different angles. And one of the reasons why I want to attack this from several different angles is because I think it's important to pay attention to the idea that it all comes back down to the money, A. But then you have to look at things objectively in order to have a conversation about it. Okay? So I don't want you to just go away from this thing thinking, oh, okay, well, it's only one way to look at it because I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican or so on and so forth. I am conservative largely, but I don't necessarily agree with everything that conservatives say. I don't. I actually agree with some liberal principles when it comes to certain things. Not all, certainly not most, but there are some things that I agree with as far as where liberals stand. For example, I have no problem saying where my position is on a lot of different issues. I do believe that climate change is real. Some people don't. I respect that, but I do believe that climate change is real. I don't agree with 100% of anything that anybody say. Not my daughter, not my wife, not my mother, not my friends. Certainly not my brother. If y'all had met him at the Patreon meetup in Detroit, you would understand that me and him are completely different. But we both have each other's best interests at heart. All right? So I'm absolutely, positively my own entity, but the foundation of who I am, and I reserve the right to change my mind because as I get older and as I learn more, I grow, which was one of the reasons why I left from the mindset of this family echo chamber mentality that you are supposed to vote Democrat just because you're black. And this is what we all grew up in a large sense. We all pretty much grew up being indoctrinated by our family to vote a specific way, even if they didn't know any better. And so as I learn more, as I evolve, I grow, as my interests take a priority over how I feel, meaning that I don't want to pay an exorbitant amount of taxes in order to support the Victim Olympics, right? I think that there should be smaller government. I think that we need to invest in our infrastructure, which is one of the things that I agree with Biden. But then along with that bill, they pushed in so much bull crap that allows for these social services and for people to continue to lean on Biden's titty that I don't agree with the actual bill and the policy that they pushed through. And then they want to tax more rich people as a result of it. That's a problem. That is a problem. So again, we are making informed decisions. We want to make sure that, sorry, I got to dial in. I got to dial into the job. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you one thing though. I'm not leaving no bags on the table. I'm not leaving not $1 on the table. I want all my dollars. I want all my bags. I want it from my businesses. I want it from corporate America. I'm not leaving $1 on the table. All right. So anyways, let's deep dive into this whole conversation. So I'm going to start with a video as usual, but I want to mine this thing out all the way across the board. So I am more than willing to even allow you guys to join the panel depending on how much time we got left. But I want to start with a video, and I want to get you guys this insight because I think that ultimately it all comes back down to the money. Most people don't stand on things just because they feel that way. Once you get to a certain age, you start to stand on things because it starts affecting your financial bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, y'all.
Begin with the intensifying controversy over the state of Texas policy to bus migrants to other parts of this country.
Yeah, 2 buses of migrants actually arrived at the D.C. home of Vice President Kamala Harris this morning. So let's get right over to political reporter Jack Fink. Because, Jack, this is really escalating. This is getting more intense.
Well, it is, Nicole and Doug. Governor Abbott said he sent the buses to the vice president's home after she said in Houston last week that the border was secure.
Now, I want us also to keep in mind that one of the standing issues that our vice president, Cam, you know, I don't call her Kamala. I call her Cam because, you know, she probably in the White House. She probably sleeping with her bonnet on at night, out here making them cook beans and cornbread instead of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, she probably over here fumbling the bag, not doing what she's supposed to do, swapping it out for her homegirl, having her homegirl manager and all that. Y'all know how it is. Shout out to Cam over there terrorizing the White House. But this is one of the standing issues that Cam was supposed to be addressing, which is our borders. And so with these Republican governors, and what I did do today is I got multiple different videos from different news outlets in order to try to have this conversation objectively because I want to see it from all sides. But let's continue.
The White House sharply criticized the governor's action, calling it a cruel, premeditated political stunt. Around 6 a.m., the 2 buses from Texas dropped off more than 100 people from Venezuela, Cuba, and other countries outside the home of Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yes, they are improvising somehow, and the boss let them here, and they have an idea of some place, you don't remember at this moment the name.
The White House, the press secretary said the administration has a process in place to manage migrants.
Republican governors interfering in that process and using migrants as political pawns is shameful.
One thing that we learned during the pandemic is that everybody is their own country. Every state is its own country. Every state decided that they wanted to do something different based off of what their political interests or their financial interests were as a state, meaning that during the presidential election, if y'all didn't see that there was an agenda to make sure that Trump didn't get anything that he wanted, they wasn't working on the behalf of the people. What they worked on was behalf of Biden and themselves and their own future political interests by making sure that they froze them out and then they opened everything back up once the election was over. Aaron says, just had a great internal interview today. Use the Patreon techniques. We not just chasing bags, we capturing them. I like that. I like that. I love that. Shout out to Aaron and congratulations, my friend. I've been coaching Aaron for an extended period of time. That is my guy. Let's continue, y'all.
Senator John Cornyn defended Governor Greg Abbott.
It's a terrific idea. I don't know how else to get President Biden's and Vice President Harris's attention to the broken borders that we have in Texas and all across the U.S.-Mexico border.
The president of the Latino civil rights group LULAC, Domingo Garcia of Dallas, announced they're launching a Stop the Buses program to keep them from leaving South Texas.
And they were just literally dumped like human garbage in front of the vice president's house. That's un-Christian, un-Texan, un-American, and something that should not be allowed.
So my question then becomes, if you guys are such big advocates as a result of it, why don't you want it in your cities? Oh, we're going to go into it today because there are several different governors and mayors, including the mayor of New York and DC and all of these different places. Because we're going to mine this out from the migrants' perspective. We're going to look at it from the red perspective, and we certainly going to look at it from the blue perspective. Why don't they want these people in the cities where they can actually get the resources and the help that they need? Because every state is not a border city, which means that when they cross over into these borders, a lot of Venezuela's inflation is insane. Why don't they want these people in their own cities if they're such advocates for their asylum and safety, and also giving them every single resource in order for them to be successful? Now, let me preface this by saying, I personally am against people illegally crossing into our borders, or for us not to have stricter border laws. Let me preface this by giving you a full disclosure of where I stand on this issue. I think that our borders need to be secured. I think that illegal immigration, keyword illegal, is absolutely egregious. And then more importantly, why should I care, or why should I be more concerned about people that are not from the country that I'm from, when I can't even get people that look like me in my own hood to stop killing each other? When we talking about opportunities, I can't even get new books inside of the schools in the neighborhoods in which I grew up. Why should I be more concerned? Because listen, I'm not saying that there should not be a process. I'm not saying that we shouldn't help other people, but the Bible says that you got to first get your own house in order. And I advocate for this. I say we got to be selfish before you're selfless. Now, you know Anton ain't got a racist bone in his body. As a matter of fact, I don't even rock with blackity blacks. I say specifically, and you can go back and look at the research, I say specifically that I rock with people based off of the content of their character. But let's be clear. I also say you got to be selfish before you're selfless. Because if we sitting here with $31 trillion in debt, let me get off my high horse for a second and get on my stoop, my corner stoop. And we got inflation that's still above 8% at 8.3%, and it's been out of control. And we have a homelessness problem across the entire United States of America, meaning that people cannot even afford to breathe wrong. The average person, and it is a fact, and I've done whole shows on it, the average person making over $100,000 a year is living paycheck to paycheck. The average person making over $100,000 a year is living paycheck to paycheck. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. A few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, and shout out to Maury. Maury sent the super chat. Maury said it's about time Democrats get a taste of their own medicine. They claim to want these migrants, but try to keep them away when they actually get here. LOL, I'm voting DeSantis if he runs in 2024. Me too, Maury. Me too, Maury. I'm having a little problem showing the super chats on the screen. We'll get it fixed. It's a software update. We're going to get it fixed by tomorrow. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. A couple weeks ago, I flew over to Hollywood. We're going to get into it today. I flew over to Hollywood, and I was filming on Dr. Phil. Episode is going to come soon. I was talking some real savage, egregious stuff on that mug. Episode is going to come soon. I flew over, and I was recording me. It was my guy, what's his name? Beta. Jesse Lee Peterson. We all filming. We on a set. Me and Jesse sitting right next to each other. This one girl, she was a young chick. She said, oh my God, and I'm from Russia, and I came into this country. I don't know how they're going to edit it. She said, and I came into this country, and I was looking at all of them, and I'm crying. And I said, I was looking at her with a straight face. She had tears falling down her eyes. I looked at that hoe. I said, no, nobody. I said, I'm sorry. What's your name again? I don't remember her name. Let's just make one up. Sarah. I said, Sarah, don't nobody care about you. You gonna see it on TV. I promise you. I said, you know what girl, F your feelings. Don't nobody care about you. We've been dealing with this in the hood since our inception. Have you ever been to the south side of Chicago? You ever been to the red zone in Detroit? Huh? Have you ever been to the projects over in New York? I said, girl, don't nobody care about your feelings. You better get out your feelings. They hate it. By the time it was over, all of these cupcakers that was sitting there trying to debate me, washed. Girl, I don't care nothing about your feelings. Let me continue to play the video. You know me. You know, I can get a little bit savage sometimes.
Governor Abbott's spokeswoman says the migrants willingly chose to go to Washington, D.C. In Houston last week, the vice president criticized the governor in an interview with KTRK.
People have to stop playing politics with the issue. And I speak in particular of folks here in Texas and the governor.
A new UT Texas Politics Project poll shows 52% of those surveyed strongly support or somewhat support the state paying to bus migrants to other cities. 35% strongly oppose or somewhat oppose. The governor has...
So the majority of the people that actually live in the state is like, yo, get them up out of there. Get them up out of there.
Campaigned on this issue, saying if President Biden won't go to the border, he'll take the border to the president.
We are not done yet. There are more cities on our list, and we will keep those buses going.
Kevin Bauer said, Trump or DeSantis, for me, Biden isn't even in the equation. I don't think that Biden is going to run. And I also, let me tell you that one of the reasons why I'm not going to vote for Trump, too. I think that they too old. I think that DeSantis or Texas Governor Greg Abbott is probably the best ones. I just think that once you get past a certain age, you're going to have to start being a little bit more careful of who it is that you align yourself with. Mass Man said it's easy to be a sanctuary city when your state isn't on the border. Facts. Majority of those sanctuary cities aren't even on the country border. Check this out, y'all. Have y'all ever been to Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Twin Cities? Yo, it is insane how many... I don't even know what they were. Rita, do you remember what they were? We don't even remember what they were. It's insane how much asylum they have over there in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, Somalis. Yeah. It was Somalians. It was a lot of Somalians over in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I was like, Hoppo, who is these people? It was so many chocolate faces. I said, yo, why is there so many chocolates here? I wasn't expecting this. You know, white people like the code. White people love the code. I said, where are all of these chocolate faces coming from? Let's continue.
Date, the governor's office says more than 10,000 migrants have been bused from Texas to other cities, which also include New York and Chicago. Nicole?
Certainly.
45 and living. You just let me know if you want me to drop the link in the chat. I was curious as to whether or not it was somebody that was going to come up here and say, I can't believe y'all supporting Trump and DeSantis. You're more than welcome to show up. Shout out to my dog, Vern V. Scott. Showing love says, showing love, appreciate the love over the weekend. Took that energy to pass my cert. Bag Chasers is up. He was at the Bag Chasers meeting.
Certainly a story that's going to keep getting bigger. Jack, thank you.
So let me go into the next video.
Where buses from Texas dropped off migrants this morning.
And again, I wanted to use a lot of different examples in order to have this conversation from different platforms that have different views. Let's continue. I want to know if 45 and living want to have a conversation, because you know I will drop the link in 5 seconds.
NBC's Shamari Stone near the vice president's home where their journey ended on Mass Avenue. Shamari.
Matter of fact, let's do this. I'll run this how I see fit. I am going to drop the link in the description. And this link is not for people that agree with me. This link is for people that disagree with me. This is for people that think that either our border should be open or they believe that there's a better option on the Democratic side than Trump or DeSantis or Greg Abbott. This is for you. Thank you, beautiful disaster. You on top of things. Thank you, beautiful disaster. That link is only for people that disagree with anything that I'm saying today. I do not want anybody coming up or camming up that agrees with me. Let's continue.
Well, Tyler, the Secret Service and immigration volunteers say they were caught off guard when the buses dropped off the migrants behind me. Many of these asylum seekers are from Venezuela and Cuba. They were processed by federal immigration officials in Texas, and now many are at local churches here in D.C.
The migrants arrived carrying blankets, pillows, and plastic bags.
David Morales, a migrant from Venezuela. He says he endured a very long trip, quite tough. We didn't expect to be left adrift here without knowing where to head to.
So you plan to visit to another I'm gonna say a visit. You plan to visit to another country without any kind of understanding of what was going to happen to you when you got there. And now it's our responsibility to take care of you. Yo, we can't even get our own neighborhoods in order. We have a homelessness crisis. Have y'all ever been to DC? Have y'all seen the tent cities in DC? I did a Patreon meetup there. And you know, when I go to different cities, I got to go around and see what the heck is going on. It is insane in DC. When I was out there in Dr. Phil and I was shooting my episode or whatever, I said Hollywood is the devil's playground. Y'all ever went down Hollywood Boulevard? Yo, I swear I seen somebody taking a dump on Eva Longoria's walk on her star, on the Walk of Stars or whatever y'all want to call it. Hollywood Star Walk. I swear I seen somebody taking a dump in broad daylight on Eva Longoria's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The police was on bicycles and they were huddled up all together, making sure that none of them get separated so that nobody was left, no man left behind. I promise you, it is insane. We can't even get our own countries in order, but we want to make sure that we bring more people in. Jordan Smith says, shout out to Anton for the inside view of that electric car convention. Chat, imagine 19 Keys and Anton Daniels high-level conversation interview. I've never actually heard 19 Keys stuff. I'm going to have to go research them. Persevere Data TV says, glad you didn't have to meet up in D.C. this month. I went to Houston. I did a meetup in Houston. Do y'all know that downtown Houston is insane? Y'all need to go and look at my video. I seen people looking like they just overdosed on fentanyl. I said, yo, did y'all call the police? Nah, that's normal. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Let's continue.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott defending the move.
Yo, how come y'all not camming up? Where's the people that disagree with me? I'm more than welcome the people that disagree with me to cam up and give their opinion. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. It's only for the people that disagree with me.
Proposed border czar VP Harris has yet to see firsthand the impact of the open border policies she has helped implement. The arrival coming just days after the vice president said on Meet the Press Sunday,
the border is secure, but we also have a broken immigration system in particular.
Now tell me if you trust Cam. She literally just told you that the border is secure. Cam, she looked at the camera with a straight face. She looked at the interviewer with a straight face. And the first thing that came out of her mouth was the border is secure. Hoppo. What world is we living in? Are we living in a space where people could just blindly say whatever they want to say without any kind of accountability for their words? Let me hear what she just said again, because she couldn't have said that. That could not have come out of her mouth. No way, not you, Cam. Y'all voted for her too. That's amazing.
Press Sunday.
The border is secure.
She looked that guy dead in his eyes. Y'all thought that Kris Jenner was the devil. Are you looking at this woman tell you with a straight face to your eyes and say that the border is secure? Insane.
But we also have a broken immigration system, in particular over the last 4 years before we came in.
Oh, so what? Fun fact, look it up. Fun fact, look it up. Do you know that President Obama deported and got up out of here more illegal immigrants than Trump? Look it up. President Obama had a more aggressive policy when it came to getting people up out of here that did not belong here than Trump. Yet she only want to cite the last 4 years as far as Trump having these ICE agents chase you down and get you up out of here. Obama had a more aggressive immigration policy than Trump ever could have. Interesting.
And it needs to be fixed.
In New York City, Mayor Eric Adams today touring a new welcome center for migrants. He admits the city's shelters are being overwhelmed.
We need help.
But vow to keep housing asylum seekers.
Look at these dudes shaking hands. Hoppo, who is shaking hands as they get off the bus, greeting people that is here, and we can't even help our own people that's here? How can you help other people and then you can't even help people here? We can't even put our own people. We can't get our own people to do the right thing. P&B Rock just got shot. We got these chicks with these butterfly eyelashes is out here for the streets. The streets is real. Pookie and Ray Ray is out here having an innumerable amount of kids. Roe v. Wade is out of control. We can't get our police to even police our neighborhoods anymore. Cops is dying and they sweeping it under the rug. They're not even reporting it. They defunding the police. Hoppo, what is going on in the United States of America?
It's a crisis. And during crises, there are two types of New Yorkers. There are those who play I got you and stay on the outside and complain. And then there are those who roll up their sleeves.
Do he got an earring in his ear? Tell me that ain't Bishop Lamore Whitehead's good friend that got an earring in his ear at 50 years old telling us that we need to roll up our sleeves and start housing more people. Who else, Hoppo? How come other countries don't have the same border issues as us? Yo, you try to go into another, cross 1 foot into the wrong country, they tackling you and they might put a bullet in you, bro.
And just get stuff done. That's who we are.
Republicans seizing on the immigration issue ahead of the midterm elections.
They are beginning to experience just a little bit of what the state of Texas and
Welcome.
other borders communities have experienced for years.
Democrats blasting it as a stunt.
There is no question that the governors of Arizona and Florida and Texas are using migrants as pawns in their political campaigns.
Interesting. Let me show y'all something really quickly. I want y'all to see something. I want to share something with you guys. This is a migrant that came over, right? And he was sent over to DC. And he said, listen, I'm winning. I am using y'all system against y'all and I am winning. Look at me. I got good hair. I'm healthy. I'm full. I'm sitting on the park. The sun is shining on my face. Look at him. Listen. His name is Lever Oleos of Venezuela. Arrived at the southern border penniless in July. Penniless. Didn't have a dime to his name. Arrived at the border penniless. But he gladly accepted a free bus ride to Washington, D.C., courtesy of the state of Texas. He had no family, no friends to receive him and spend one night in the plaza across from the Union Station, but he soon settled into a homeless shelter. He says, I ain't got nothing. I'm 29. I ain't even a modern man right now. I want y'all to date me. But I have the will to work and succeed in this new land of mine, the land of milk and honey. 2 months later, Alejos is making between $600 and $700 a week, saving up to buy a used car and planning to move out soon. Yo, are y'all looking at this? He making between $600 and $700 a week, and he said, I ain't gonna be here soon. I'm about to come and get me a black woman, Alejo with the good hair. He said, I'm coming to get me a sister. Y'all said, save yourself, black women. Do the Cynthia G and divest yourselves against these black men. He said, I'm making $600 to $700 a week, baby. I'm coming to get me a sister. I'm coming to get me a sister. Look, listen to what he said. He said, man, there's so much opportunity here. He said Thursday at the end of a day's work. What is he doing? Who's giving him a job? Where is he working at? Where is he working at? He said at the end of the day, you just got to take advantage of it. He said, and I might be watching Anton's Bag Chaser show, and I might join the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Oh, snaps. We are in the midst of one of the funniest times that I've ever experienced in my entire life. Shout out to Alejo. He said, I'm coming to get me a sister. Come and get me a sister, and I'll make $600-700 a week, and I ain't paying no taxes because I ain't even got no real identification. I haven't even really gone through the process yet. I came, I slept one night, and I'm about to get my own place up in New York. It's popping. It's popping. What's going on, baby? My name is Leo. I don't have any student loan debt. I make $700 a week. And soon I'll be making a band a week. Trapping out the bando. Listen, by this time next year, I will be beating black men. Because the average black man only makes, what, $47,000 a year? I'm getting that right now, and I ain't even got to pay no taxes. What you talking about? I ain't even got to pay no taxes. Harpo, what these black men talking about? I'm going to get me a sister. Bust it down. Let's continue.
From Texas dropped off migrants this morning. CNBC's Shamari Stone near the vice president's home where their journey ended on Mass Avenue. Shamari.
Well, Tyler, the Secret Service and immigration volunteers say
wait, I want to do this one.
Ubaldo Arcaya was in San Antonio, Texas yesterday, along with 50 other Venezuelan migrants. Today, he's in Martha's Vineyard.
Woo! Ain't no faster way to come up than to cross over into America's borders. No worries. We got you. We going to make sure that you take everything into consideration. We're going to make sure that you're good. No worries whatsoever. Wait. Before we continue this, I don't see one person that disagrees with me in the back for them to be able to come up and cam up and be able to have this conversation. Is the link still in the chat? Is the link still pinned to the top of the chat? It looked like the link is still pinned to the top of the chat. Where's everybody at? Why ain't nobody coming on and camming up? What's going on? If you disagree with me, you have a different stance. I just want to have a conversation with you. Jordan Smith says, young black women love men that live on couches. That's usually always the description of their first baby daddies. I ain't gonna never be able to get my voice back at this rate. What is going on? This is insane. Let's see what Alejo 2. We don't even know if these are their real names. How do we even know that these are their real names? Harpo, how do we verify what their real name is? Are they criminals? What's their background? Did they slap somebody? Did they shoot somebody? Do they got kids that we need to account for? Harpo, we don't know nothing about these people. We don't know nothing. You literally can walk over and get a new name and say that, listen, I'm defecting from Venezuela because it's absolutely trash there, and our government did not know how to be able to do things, and we voted for them, and they just completely ruined our country. So listen, we coming over here. I don't know nobody. Listen, I didn't even have a mother. I'm an immaculate conception. I didn't even have a mother. I'm an immaculate conception.
When you got off the plane, I asked him, what did you think of this place? Beautiful, gorgeous, he says. The people are very friendly. He says in Texas, he was promised help if he got on the plane. No idea where he was going. There were 3 options, he says. Washington, Utah, here in Massachusetts. Whatever was available. The plane left and brought us here.
Don't even speak the language. Listen, no other place in the world where you can go somewhere, don't even speak the language and come up like a lottery ticket. You was making 13 cents a day. I know, because I used to watch the commercials and I had a homeboy that actually sponsored one of y'all. All right, Kevin said, Anton, I'm going to show you. Kelvin said, Anton, I'm going to show you. Let me get Kelvin up here. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Me and Kelvin about to have a conversation. Kelvin, I got you, big dog. I know you about to school me. I'm a C student. I'm going to ask you to please, Freaky Jason, take it easy on time, dog, because I am a C student. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I only want to be nice to you. All right? All right, Kelvin. You got your shot. What's up, Kelvin?
What's up, Anton? How are you?
Chilling, my friend. How you doing?
Not too bad.
What are your thoughts? What do you disagree with? What do you agree with? What's going on?
So, I actually disagree with you saying they shouldn't be here. I'm not a proponent of all like open borders, everybody just flogging. I'm not a proponent of that. But there are people with genuine circumstances that need assistance. Okay? Now, for instance, I'll give you an example. Most times I'm driving around, there's just so many jobs. Okay? Every corner store you pass, you see they are hiring. Every corner store you pass, they are hiring. And honestly, most Americans are not willing to do certain jobs. And we need these jobs to be filled.
So
That's
are
why we have
you were you an immigrant?
I am an immigrant. I'm West African.
Okay, and when did you come? When did you get your...
I came here in 2016.
And you did it the right way?
Yeah, I did it the right way.
So why should... I don't believe... You gave me a small little smirk. I'm not really sure that I can believe you right now.
I did it the right way.
Kelvin.
There's no other way you can do it, man.
Kelvin.
I'm not
Before we have this conversation, I'm gonna need you to be honest with me. I am an expert detector of when somebody is living in cap world.
No, I did it the right way, honestly. 100%.
Kelvin. Kelvin.
No, for real. I did it the right way. I came in here legally. But here's the thing, though.
Ooh, Kelvin, what's the process? What's the process, Kelvin?
So, there's something called diversity.
You hit me with a lot of ums right now, Kelvin. I'm gonna need you to substantiate your argument.
There's something called a diversity visa program, which the United States have in most third world country. You don't know about it, but maybe some people.
Let me see your card, Kelvin. Show me your card.
What card?
Don't worry about it, Kelvin. All right, listen. I don't want to get hung up on the wrong conversation. You came up here to wait. You came up here to substantiate a point. We're going to stick with the point. I don't want to get derailed.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're saying that because there's a lot of jobs that people don't want to do, we should let people in our borders illegally?
Here's the thing, though. There should be a process in place to vet these people to come in. Honestly, I agree with that. You can just bring.
So until we get this process in place, why should we let these people just walk in?
They can come in and you can have a place where you can hold them and kind of go through the proper vetting process. Then you let them
How?
in.
Some of these people ain't got no ID. They don't have no kind of visibility. We don't know who they are. We don't know what their background is. Why should we just let's openly let people in, and we don't know who these people are?
Let me tell you something, okay?
Tell me.
People say, oh, these people, some of them, they are dangerous. They are bringing this, they are bringing that. Trust me, here, there's more danger.
That's not what I asked you. What I asked you is how can you properly vet somebody? We have no clue who they are and where they came from.
The authorities have the way to do it.
No. There's people that's walking into this country every day, and we have no clue what their life is like.
Here's the thing. The immigration, Homeland Security has a way to properly check these people out. They have a system in place.
Let me ask you a question. So if we have so much homelessness and so many problems here in America, why would we let other people in? Because I do believe that we should have immigration into the country, but we only want the best and the brightest. We don't want everybody. We don't want all of y'all. We only want the best and the brightest. We don't want. No. We only want the best and the brightest. So if you gonna send us y'all best and y'all brightest, then come on over.
There are the whole. Of course, you want people who are very good to immigrate into your country, but this whole idea of best and brightest, even indigenous Americans, there are a lot of them that are not best and brightest. Like,
that's cool. We'll deal with the Pookies that's our own, but we're not gonna deal with the Pookies that's not our own. Why should we deal with the Pookies? You keep trying to substantiate your argument. You keep trying to substantiate your argument saying that two wrongs make a right. Just because we got some. No. Listen.
I said.
Listen. Have you ever had a dope fiend in your family or a drug addict in your family?
No, I've not.
Well, let me tell you what it's like, right? If you have a drug addict that you know that's in your family, you have to continue to extend them grace. But if I run into a drug addict on the street, I'm not letting him in my house. I got to deal with the nigga that's in my family. I don't have to deal with that nigga that's on the street. Why should I let the dope fiend that's on the street into my house too?
That's a fair point, but
I know it's a fair point.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Listen, we all came here one way or the other. Here's the thing. If the indigenous are Native
No. Substantiate your argument based off of what it. Nope. I'm not gonna let you deflect. You're gonna have to substantiate your argument based off of why it makes sense for us to just openly let a bunch of people in our house. Not what's wrong with our house before you get in. You're not even supposed to be in the house. What you talking about?
I'm not saying you should openly allow people to just come in. What I said, listen to what I said. I said the Homeland Security and Immigration Services have a proper way of vetting.
Did they vet you? How did they vet you?
100%. I'm not about to go into that.
How did they vet you? What's the process? No, just tell me what the process of Homeland. Tell me what the process of Homeland Security was when they vetted you.
They do a thorough background check of
how. What does it consist of?
Prior to coming to,
what does it consist of?
It consists of basically your life history and criminal background.
According to what?
Listen, you are not clear with the authority to do that investigation, so you don't know how it goes about.
That's why I'm asking you. What was the investigation? What was the investigation?
They investigate your criminal background in your country. Trust me, the American embassy is in most of these countries. They do investigation in your country.
So you telling me you come over here with nothing, no ID, no nothing, just your own story, and they're able to effectively go through and vet who you are, where you come from, and why you should be here. Is that what you're telling me?
They can do it. Honestly, they can do it.
How?
They can do it.
How? Maybe you can, but I don't know. Tell me how.
Let me tell you, I am not with that authority to do those investigations, but the proper authorities, they know how to do
So
it.
how did
Trust
they
me,
vet you?
They know how.
How old are you?
I'm 30 years old.
You 30, which means that you got here when you was how old?
2016.
No, don't do the math. Just tell me. You know when you came over here. How old was you when you got here?
I came in 2016, so probably 24 like that.
Okay, so you did the math. I see you got. I gave you a little bit of time. You must be an A student. So you got here when you was 24 years old. What was your background like before you got here? Why did you come here?
You're making this personal.
No,
Okay?
no,
Everybody that
no.
okay, let me tell
I
you.
want you to use your own experience to help me to understand why you should be here, or what.
Sure. I came here to get a better life as most people. That's why the British came, the American.
No, don't tell me my history. I know my history. I know my history. So we stand here. So you came here to get a better life, right?
Yes, that's why.
What was your life like before you got here?
My life was okay, but it wasn't as great as now.
So why didn't you spend the majority of your time and your resources building your own country? Where you come from?
You're deflecting the whole.
I'm not deflecting. I'm trying to understand. What country did you come from?
I'm West African.
So you came.
I'm from Liberia. I'm West African.
So you came from Liberia. So why didn't you spend the majority of your time making your country great?
Why don't the Americans?
No. We don't answer questions with questions. We don't answer questions. No. Listen, you just got here. You just got here. You don't get to question us about what it is that we do here. You just got here. No. You got here and you got a handout. You don't get to question what we do here and what our history is. No. You don't get to question what we got going on here. My question to you, and please don't answer a question with a question, is why you can't listen and talk at the same time? Why didn't you stay and focus on making your own country great?
Because I felt like coming here and getting the proper education and getting the proper resources and doing things that are right will in turn help me in the long run to make my country and the world.
So you stealing. You stealing resources.
What are you talking about stealing? What are you talking about?
You stealing. How much money you didn't? No. How much money you didn't stole and sent back to your country?
You know what? You are not having an intellectual.
How much money have you sent back to your country?
You are not having an intellectual argument.
I am.
Okay? How much?
I'm having a real argument. See, listen, I don't talk all of that. Listen, I don't pity pat words. When I run for the government, when I run for governor, and then I become president of the United States of America, I'm not going to sit here and play games and mince words. I'm not going to say any big words. I'm not, listen, I'm not T.I. No, you can't listen and talk at the same time. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. I'm not T.I. I don't use big words for the sake of using big words. I get right to it. Why are you sending money? How much money have you sent back to your country?
What is stealing to you?
How much money have you sent back to your country? How much money have you sent back to your country?
You know what? You're not having an intellectual.
How much money have you sent back to you? How much money? You can ask me anything you want right after you give me an estimate of how much money you sent back to your country.
That is a personal question. That's not what the discussion was about. The discussion initially was about.
Ask me how much money I sent to another country. You can ask me anything. Listen, you can literally ask me any question. No. I would not put any more expectation on you than I would put for myself. I live my life like an open book. Anybody can come up here and ask me anything. Anybody can hold me accountable. Ask me what you want. Ask me what you want.
You are living your life as an open book, which is cool. You are benefiting from it. You have a social media platform, which is good, though. But what I'm saying is you're deviating from the argument.
What's
Why
the argument?
Are you asking me how much I sent back home?
No, it's relevant. It's relevant. It's relevant.
No, it's not relevant.
It is relevant because it's the whole. Let me tell you why it's relevant. And then you can say whatever you want to say. The reason why it's relevant is because I need to know why you're here. the reason why or the why behind what you're doing also substantiates whether or not you should be here or not. We don't want people here just hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish first. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. You can't overtalk me on my own platform. I'm trying to tell you why I'm asking you to. I'm trying to give you relevance as to why. No. I'm trying to give you some relevance as to why I ask these questions. I need to know what your intention.
You're deviating. You've never been in a sound argument, intellectual argument.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you cook.
You are deviating.
I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead.
Okay. The question and the basis of the argument was, why are we letting people come into our borders, and what can we do to kind of vet them? That was the question.
Ain't no hour. It ain't your border. Ain't no hour. You a visitor.
I'm not a visitor. I'm a
You a visitor. You are not. Ain't no hour. It's mines.
Okay, I want to ask you: is a naturalized citizen? Can he claim our border?
Ain't no hour. So what should we do? What should we do to solve your border, Anton? That's what you asking me. Is that what you're asking me?
You know what? You are not an intellectual. You're not having an intellectual.
No, I'm a realist. You can use whatever word that you want to use. I'm a realist.
I'm not using words. I'm just saying it plain.
What makes you think that it's your border?
People, into your border, saying you want to claim it.
Okay, I like that better.
Okay, you like that? Okay. People need legitimate help. People are going through serious situations in their country, maybe poverty, maybe war, maybe crime. That's for fleeing. I agree with your point that there should be a vetting process. Okay? I wouldn't just want to let somebody into my house. I don't know.
I don't even know if you've been vetted effectively, and you're the one that's making the talking. I can't even substantiate whether you've been vetted effectively. We don't know if you've been. You can't even lie good. I don't even know if you've been vetted effectively. How can you make this argument and we don't even know who you are?
Who you, the people? That's what I'm saying. The immigration services have a way to go through these things. That's what I'm saying.
So you telling me that the immigration system is effectively is the immigration system effectively vetting everybody that come over here?
I mean, nothing is 100%, but they're doing what they're
exactly my point. So until we get things fixed on our end, y'all get the fuck out and wait. You wait. You can't do think about it. Think about it. You can't do nothing without being in order. You can't get a job without being in order, the right type of job, right? That pay taxes. You can't get married without doing something in order. You can't get into college without doing it right and in order. So why the fuck should we continue to let y'all do what y'all want to do and then say that, hey, we're going to fix it as we go? No, you wait till we get it right. And then you come over into the country.
I believe in order. I believe in order. There's no one that doesn't believe in order like me, okay? I believe in order. I'm a scientist. I believe in order. I believe in organization. What I'm saying here is that people need help. And
then get it from your own government and your own people. Don't come over here asking for help. We'll extend help when we're ready. When we got our own house in order, then we'll pour. I'm going to need you to stop interrupting me. Hold on. I'm trying not to mute you. I'm trying not to mute you. I'm trying not to mute you. I'm going to need you to wait till I finish saying what I'm saying before you go ahead and say what you're going to say. Because you keep talking about an intellectual conversation, but you don't even know how to hold your horses, right? I'm going to need you and your people, West Africans, Liberians, and y'all not my people. Let me say that too. Just because you black don't mean you my people. I am an American.
You see.
Okay. I'm going to let you respond. Don't rage quit. I need you to let us get our stuff in order before y'all start bombarding us with y'all problems. Y'all come over here. Y'all take up resources. Y'all take up our infrastructure. We got to rebuild it. We got to give y'all all of these social services. We got to make sure that we get y'all some fucking jobs. We got to make sure that we get y'all breathing our air, taking up all of our tax dollars for us to use shit in our toilets. Then we got to get the water services to make sure that y'all shit flush down the toilet too. And it ain't built for y'all. So let us get our stuff in order, and then we'll invite you in. But you don't just walk in with size 12 Timberlands talking about what we should do, talking about
Okay, let me
ours.
speak.
What you mean ours?
Let me speak. Let me speak now. Can I speak?
Yes.
Can I speak now?
Yeah.
Am I unmuted?
No, you're not muted. Go ahead and speak. I never muted you.
Okay, for some reason I thought I was muted. Okay, so Anton, you're a very smart guy. That's what I thought initially before this argument or this conversation. And you've done very well for yourself. So you are a very smart guy when it comes to business and stuff like that. But when it comes to certain issues, you have no idea. You have no clue. Now you're personalizing the argument. Now you're using insults. My people, your people. You are not my people. Bro, that's dangerous, bro. Like, you can't speak like that.
What part of it is not
Honestly.
true? What part of it is not true?
No, the whole my people, you're not my people. You guys are not my people, not because you're black.
What part of it is not true?
What kind of mentality is that?
What part of it is not
You're
true?
smart, man, but you're not, honestly. And
What part of it is not true?
You just deviated from the argument. You curse words, and I mean, you may have money here and there, but it doesn't make you somebody that is really moral and intellectual based. So thank you for having me on the platform.
I knew you was gonna rage quit. That's why I just let you go. And you refuse to answer the question. I'm waiting on the next person to come up. Somebody that is more intellectual than he is. Somebody that's more intellectual than he. Let me get myself off the big screen. Hold on. We're gonna have a conversation today. We're gonna talk about it today. Somebody that is more intellectual than he is. I need y'all to come up here and be able to substantiate your argument. You come over here, you steal. You stealing, yes you are. You stealing because you ain't paying taxes. Nope, not the taxes that you're supposed to pay at the rate that you're supposed to pay it. You steal air, you steal water, you steal resources, and then you feel entitled. Now, I'm not saying that you're not a hard worker, but the only reason you a hard worker is because you come from nothing, which is one of the reasons why you're here in the first place. And you take the money. And remember, we had these arguments and these conversations, and we talk about the circulation of the black dollar and all of this stuff, how long it lasts in the Asian community. Yes. You take the money and you send it back home. You take care of your mama. You take care of your daddy. You take care of your sister, so on and so forth. And then you want to say you my people? I'm an American. I'm an American first. Let me get to some of these super chats. Yenda says Liberia was established by freed U.S. slaves. Technically, he is your people. No, he is not my people because I don't align myself based off of bloodline or color. I align myself based off of good character and the fact that I am an American that pays taxes. And if I find another person that pays taxes, we are more closely aligned than my family. Riquette says 3 times Yankee Stadium's worth of Cubans have arrived at the border in fiscal 2020. This is population movement warfare. Facts. Let me get to some of these other super chats. Spencer Campbell, I can't show him on the screen. I'm sorry. Big Dog, ask him how long he was. I was going to line that up. I seen your super chat. How long he had to wait on the immigration list before he was approved. I seen it. They ran from that. Thank you for everybody that submitted super chats because I can't scroll up that far to be able to see it because I'm having some problems right now. Let me see if I can. And listen, this link is only for people that disagree with me. Only for people that disagree with me. If you disagree with me and you hold a different position, I am curious as to what it is that you have to say. Let me see. No other takers? I don't got no takers. Nobody want to come up here and have a conversation with me about why they can then say our borders. Harpo, when you get a border? Harpo? It's insane. Oh, I got the opportunity. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can get some of these super chats up. Anton, I'm about to call ICE on this man and collect the bounty money off of his head. Facts. Facts. Let me see if I can get to some of these other super chats that I missed. Ezra, thank you, Ezra, for supporting the platform. Entertaining and informative at the same time. Much love, bro. Bag chasers. Shout out to my bag chasers. I can only get, for some reason, it's only letting me get to a few. It's a bug in the system. Thank you, Ezra, for holding me down. Looks like Frank want to have a conversation. Let me see if I can get Frank up here. Frank, you ready? Give me a peace sign, Frank. Frank, give me a peace sign. All right, cool. Let's see if Frank can substantiate this argument. What's up, Frank?
How's it going?
It's going well. How you doing?
I was just looking, and I was listening, and I was just confused that when you're saying that, when people send their money back and stuff, I'm like, I thought it was like you had the freedom to do whatever you want over here.
No, I got the freedom to do what I want to
What's wrong
do
with
because
people sending money back to their family?
I have the freedom to do what I want to do because I'm actually from here. That's the problem. We need to put more restrictions on what immigrants are able to do based off of whether or not they're actually supposed to be here in the first place.
That makes sense, I guess.
What country
I'm
can you
an
go
immigrant
into?
myself.
Tell me what country you can
just
tell me what country you can go into that you can just go in and do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it.
None. This is why this is America, the land of the free. This is why everybody wants to come here.
And this is the problem, ladies and gentlemen.
No other country says that.
This
really.
is the problem, ladies and gentlemen.
Does.
You see what happens? You see what happens? He said none. Because we can do here and we can come here and do what we want to do when we want to do it. So let me ask you a question, Frank.
Mm-hmm.
When did you immigrate here?
Yes.
No, when did you immigrate here?
When I was 15.
So your parents immigrated here?
When I was 15.
Your parents immigrated here?
Yes. My mother. Yes.
So what was the process?
Yes, I'm a single mother, no dad.
So do you remember where your dad?
What was the process?
What was the process?
Well, my dad was never in my life, so there's no dad.
No. I said, what was the process for you becoming a U.S. citizen? What was the process?
Oh, I'm not a citizen yet. I'm a resident. I'm a green card holder.
Okay, so what was the process?
So I came in with my mother with a visa.
What was the process of becoming a green card? But your mother
got married.
But your mother immigrated illegally, though, right?
Well, with a visa.
Did your mother come in illegally?
Came with a visa.
Did your mother come in illegally or illegally?
With a visa. Visa.
It's a very straightforward
permit
question.
To come inside.
Did your mother come in legally or illegally?
Legal. Okay. Legally.
Okay, that's what I want to know. And then
legally.
And then you became a green card citizen as a result of getting married.
Correct.
Okay. So my question then becomes, this is going to be fun. So my question then becomes, why didn't you stay in the country where you're from? Why didn't your mother stay in the country where she was from?
Because there's no opportunities like over there.
So do you send money back over to your country?
People over there, you get a full-time job, pays you $8 a week. Huh?
Do you send money back over to your country?
In our country, yeah. In our country.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So here's the key, though.
No, for what?
No. I got a question. I got a question. How long did she stay here legally, or at any point was she here illegally? Come on.
Yes, she overstayed the visa just like me. Correct. Yes.
So
yeah,
neither one of you are.
We overstayed our visas.
Correct. So you were here illegally.
Right. I entered legally and then I overstayed my visa illegally.
Which is
Correct.
why I asked you the question.
And I
The
went through the
way
whole
no, no,
process
no, no,
with
no, 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 no,
immigration.
no, 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 no. See, you kept trying to answer the question how you wanted to ask it. And the reason why I asked the question the way I asked it is because I was a two-part question that you weren't familiar with the second part of the question. So my question was framed that way so that you couldn't bamboozle me and tell me that you was here legally when you were here illegally at some point in the United States of America, which means that you were not supposed to be here and this was not your country.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
what
I agree.
what makes you think we the same then? What makes you think that you deserve to be able to say whatever it is that you want to say when you say it? And you here as you came in false flagging illegally as a guest.
Correct, yeah.
You should be thankful.
Yeah.
You should
I'm not
literally be
arguing that.
thankful. What makes you think
I am
that you should?
thankful. That's why I
No,
pay
no, 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 no,
taxes.
no, 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 no. But you can't sit
I
here
don't.
and tell me what we should and shouldn't do when you are here by our mercy and grace.
Okay, I was just criticizing that you saying people sending money back. Like, I thought people could do what they want with their money, whether they're here legally or not. But that's the you view it. That's fine. But
Where can
I contributed to this country.
again? What makes you think you can do what you want to do, especially when you're here? You were here illegally. You're not even supposed to be here. You're not even supposed to be here. What makes you think you got the same
Nothing made me
rights?
think that I could do what I wanted to do. I never said that.
But
I
it's your
just said I thought
sentiment.
this
You
was the land of the
talking to
free
me. You
and the
talking to me
freedom.
like no. You talking to me like we the same. We not the same. We not the same. You blessed. You fortunate.
Right, we're not the
And guess
same.
what's
I
guess
agree.
what's gonna
I agree
happen?
with that.
Guess what's gonna happen? Where you from? Where you from?
Mexico.
Cool. When I become
Mexico.
president, when I become president, it's over. It's over. It's over.
People still gonna
I'm
come,
shutting
man.
everything
like, I don't,
down.
It's people coming, bro.
When I become president, I'm shutting
Trump's gonna
everything
shut it
down.
down. Hey, man. That's your opinion. That's how you view it. Hey, man, that's
Did
fine.
you hold your mother
I'm
accountable?
grateful,
Did you
bro.
hold your mother
I own a
accountable?
home.
Did you hold your mother accountable for staying here longer than she was supposed to, doing things illegally? Is this why you feel comfortable being able to do what you want to do and say what you want to say now? You feel entitled?
I thank her. I thank her for bringing me here. I thank her for doing that.
This is why we broken. This
People
is why
gotta
we broken.
sacrifice sometimes.
Who got to sacrifice? Us? When you gonna
And that's
sacrifice?
why
What
I
you
own
didn't
a home.
sacrifice? What you sacrificed? What did you sacrifice?
Sacrifice being away from my original country. I've
No,
worked
you
many
benefited.
jobs where I got ripped
It's
off
not
by
it's
people.
not a sacrifice if you benefit as a result of it. You benefited. You didn't sacrifice.
So me paying taxes is not.
I don't know if you're paying taxes.
I pay taxes.
How do I know? How do I know that you're paying taxes?
I pay. Listen. I pay $13,000 taxes just
How
in
do I
property
know?
tax.
How do I
And
know?
then I pay
How do I
my
know?
business taxes, which is
Listen.
$8,000.
Frank.
Well,
I
guess you don't, right?
Frank. I don't trust you. You know why I don't trust you? Because you and your mother stayed over illegally. I don't like criminals. You know what I do to criminals? I call the police. I want them out of here. Pocket watching. I want the criminals gone, big dog.
Hey, listen, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. We recently had this conversation before too. I think one of the biggest issues that we have is there's a disconnect between the reality that we see on the streets and the policies of our so-called political leaders who support this because what they see is a new voting block.
Yep.
What they see is a new opportunity to maintain and keep the political power that they have, but it actually doesn't come down and actually support us, the Black community that continually vote these people in
100%.
time after time. It's ridiculous. It's like, come on now. Let's be real. A lot of people are coming into this country and they're eating off the benefits that our forefathers had to literally die to
100% and against our will.
Yeah, it's like we did had no choice, and it's like the struggle for upward mobility in this country has largely been played by our community.
And you know, I'm not even a blackity black. Like, I'm not a person that believe in running in the Victim Olympics. But right. I'm not going to ignore the truth. Listen, we literally were hung, took bullets, flogged, used as pincushions. Our women was raped. We don't even really have a background to trace. Some of us in our lineage, we couldn't even choose our own last name. And Frank down here is feeling comfortable enough to talk to me like he on our level. You not on my level, Frank. Not even a little bit. As a matter of fact, I might make you give me an apology in order to stay up on the... Listen, man, listen. We not on the same level, bro. We not. And you are blessed. You should be thankful. Every time you see a black person from now on, Frank, I want you to say,
I am,
thank
bro.
you. No. Every time you see a black person from now on, Frank, I want you to say, I appreciate you and your mother and your grandmother and your great-grandmother for building this phenomenal country that I feel entitled to come over here and say and do and even be able to have this conversation as though we on the same level. I'm just saying. It ain't the same, bro.
Let me say, I agree with you. I actually agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. You guys led all these civil rights movements thanks to you guys. I agree with you. I'm not fighting that, man. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not against you. I understand how the fucking system has fucked you over. I understand.
No. I'm not. Listen, I'm not a victim.
I agree, man.
I'm not a victim. Right. But what I'm telling you is that the immigration system.
History.
No. This ain't about me. I'm emphasizing a point in order to illustrate why the immigration system is broken. Mm-hmm. And it's broken, and it is allowed for other people that has come over here illegally to feel entitled, and for them to even say "our" is insane to me.
Yeah,
it's not our.
I agree.
What we need to do, as a community,
I'm not an American. I'm a Mexican national, blessed with the opportunity to be here and enjoy part of the American dream that you guys helped build. I agree with that. I'm not arguing that. I 100% agree with you. That's why I watch your channel.
We cool, Frank. I love you. I just had to make sure that I set the record straight.
Right. Hey, Anton, one of the biggest things that we have to...
Hold on, Frank. Go ahead, JT.
What we got to do as a community, we've got to witness this, right? We got to see this and take a look around and say, hold on. We are dropping the ball on the opportunity that we need to be cashing in on stuff that our community has been in the forefront. There's all these other sub movements that we keep getting distracted into. Yeah. Right? They always want to give us some new thing that we need to be fighting for. We need to fight for this group. We need to join in this parade. We need to do all this other stuff when we're not yet at the point where we need to be. It's like we lose that hustler's mentality. We lose that get up and go and grind because we're so spread across. Yep. We're looking at all these other things that, take up our time and our effort and our energy instead of looking and say, hold on, man. There's opportunity here where people from all over the world wants to be where we're at, but we're still doing things like as if it's 1945 and we're not taking advantage of everything. Think about the strain on the system that illegal immigration brings in, right? If from schools, right? If you've got a classroom that had 30 students versus 60 students, the quality is going to be less. What neighborhoods does illegal immigration go into? They normally don't go into a high income neighborhood. It's going to be in a lower income neighborhood, so it's going to adversely affect the Black community. One of the studies that I saw not too long ago said that out of 10 Black workers, around 6 of them would be classified low income or low skilled workers, right? So that directly impacts the job market. When you have an influx of low skilled workers coming into the country illegally, who are they competing with jobs with?
Yep.
They're competing with us.
They are.
For the most part,
They
with
are.
jobs. So now you're setting yourself up for a situation where why are you promoting policies to bring in your replacements?
Yep.
That's what a large part of the black community is.
JT, I don't think that they
replaced.
necessarily I don't think that they know, because they're uneducated voters.
Yeah.
Which means that they're not even focusing on the policies at all. They don't even know what the policies are. They're 100% focused on the theatrics and the talking points and the social media, all of this other type of stuff. And it's insane to me. I appreciate you, Frank. Let me get somebody up here. Let me get somebody else up here real quick.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to touch on real quick is the fact that a lot of our so-called leadership are celebrities.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Bad celebrities too.
When it comes election times, who do they bring up to interview these politicians?
Cardi B.
It be celebrities, right?
Cardi B. Cardi B, bro.
That don't quite represent us in the sense of understanding policy, communicating that policy to the people who are actually going to vote. And once again, y'all can keep throwing your vote away to people who don't represent your interests. They're bringing in a new group of people to replace you for that.
They are.
So
and not only are they bringing in a new group of people, JT, these people are also having kids at an insane rate,
right,
which they are now becoming, they are slowly but surely becoming a majority instead of being a minority, because they're having more kids than black people, to be honest with you.
And let's not forget why they're able to be U.S. citizens by having a child here. That's on the back of us. We're the reason why there's birthright citizenship in the United States. And it's being used to replace us.
Yep. What's going on, Hermaine? I already know where your arguments stand at, Hermaine. Let's go. Can you hear me?
Hello, Anton. Well, first and foremost, I have to say that I'm an immigrant. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, first and foremost, I have to say that I'm an immigrant. And I'm not like y'all. And I respect the fact that you guys created an environment where I can be in and be able to chase my dream. And if you guys did not do that, I wouldn't have been able to do what I was able to.
Hermaine, I got a question for you though. Did you just have that talking point because of what we just had a conversation about?
There's a little bit of delay.
Did you just have that talking point? Hermaine, you got to turn the YouTube down, bro. You got to listen to it through the platform that you're having a conversation with me about, not on YouTube, because it's going to be a delay on YouTube.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? You got a big delay, Hermaine. I have no clue what you got going on over there. Are you listening to me through the device that you have me talking to you on, or are you listening to it through the YouTube?
I'm sorry, I'm unable to hear you guys.
All right, Hermaine, I got to let you go, big dog. Yeah. Anyways, but I don't understand it, man. I don't understand why these people feel confident and comfortable enough to just come on and say what they want to say.
It's our fault. Let's not forget that that's our fault.
It is true. That's true.
We created an environment to make them feel it's like you invite someone into your home and they slowly start to disrespect you.
Yep.
You
are 100% right.
You don't check them at first. You wait till maybe 2 or 3 weeks later to start checking them. You really look like the crazy one. I've been doing this the whole time. Now all of a sudden you want to jump time on us? Well, yeah, it's time to jump time because slowly and slowly we're getting pushed out the house that we built.
I agree 100%. Let me see if I can get Hermaine's audio back right, because I know he want to have a conversation. Hermaine, you good? Can you hear me good? Conversation. Look like you still having problems, Hermaine. Hermaine, you good? Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can.
I gotta let you go.
Conversation.
Look like you still. I'm gonna need them to gather that and get that together. But anyways, I don't understand, man, and I do understand, and I understand that the longer that people remain able to do what they want to do without any kind of consequences or repercussions that come along with what it is that they're doing, the more they're going to feel entitled and the more empowered they're going to be to continue to do it. And not only are they going to do it, they're going to do it, and now they're going to be looking at you funny, like, who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And not only should I be able to do what I want to do, I'm about to send this money back, right?
Yep.
And man, it's insane, bro.
Yeah, I'm bringing the friends, not just me. I'm calling for my friends to come too, because you can't reward bad behavior. I was talking to my friend the other day. If you reward bad behavior, you're going to get more bad behavior. This is common sense to a parent, but for some reason, politicians or whatever, they don't get the mindset of rewarding bad behavior just going to get you more of what you don't want to see. We have to push back on that. And we can't allow people on the left to try to make it seem as if we're racist or we have some sort of bias against people of other. No. This is supposed to be rule of law. See, when the rule of law is being used against us, we're supposed to fall in line and say, yes, sir, if this is the law, this is what we're supposed to do. But when the rule of law don't matter and we're being hurt by it, and we stand up and say, hold on, what happened to that whole rule of law, that law and order stuff? Forget about it. You just don't like brown people. And this, hold on. We got to play it fair, play it even. And if you want rule of law when I get pulled over by the cop, I want rule of law when someone at the border gets stopped.
100%, because, and that's the thing, like, I don't understand why we're so lax when it comes. It's got to be an incentive, JT. I mean, it's and not just from a voting perspective and all of that, right? Because it's got to be something else that's more immediate as far as how a lot of these politicians or these people that's advocating for it are benefiting from the borders just being so unsecure and us being able to just let anybody in, whoever it is that just decide that they want to wake up, because no other place does this. No country, dude. You can't, listen, you go over there in Singapore, you better not litter.
No.
Don't do nothing. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Don't do nothing. You going to jail. You see what's happening to Brittany Griner over there. They like, listen, you come over here, you do what you want to do, and you're gonna suffer the consequences that go along with it. We just be like, listen, anybody can do what they want to do when they want to do it. And that's just the end of the conversation. It's got to be something else that's factoring into it. And I don't know. I'm not smart enough to be able to figure it out, apparently. But I don't know what the heck is going on, bro.
But there's one thing that I can say. Never underestimate the left's use of virtue signaling.
Yeah.
Right. For those who don't know what the hell I'm talking about when I say virtue signaling, they just want to look like they're doing better. They want to look as if they're on a moral higher ground. Look at us, right? Hey, we're the ones are saying, let the people who want a better life come into the country.
Yeah.
But we see what's really going on. Right, when they're being flown out to Martha's Vineyard, when they're getting sent to Washington, D.C. and Chicago, see how the liberals are reacting when this illegal immigration is knocking on their front door. It's a different thing. It's all about trying to make themselves seem as if they're better than people are saying, no, maybe we need to enforce the border. They just want to look like they're better. And when you have
crazy.
A moral high ground, you can look down on other people.
That is absolutely insane. Well, I appreciate you for coming through, JT.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for your insight. You are always a pleasure to have, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Always welcome here, big dog.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
I am about to go ahead and end the show. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, but you know Anton is not afraid to have the uncomfortable conversations. And listen, I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong, but as far as this conversation, I don't believe that I am. I doubt it. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe to Pocket Watching with JT. That is my guy. As a matter of fact, Pocket Watching with JT did an exclusive inside of the Patreon. That video is still up. A live stream in which he answered all of our members' questions with regard to everything that you can possibly think of, including business, taxes, making sure that you go about doing your business and what can be written off in your business the right way, so on and so forth. It is some phenomenal people out here in these YouTube streets, and Pocket Watching with JT is one of them. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. And then, again, I need y'all to do me one more thing before we get up out of here, all right? Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be rich by ourselves. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We are going to continue to have civil discourse and uncomfortable conversations, but ultimately it comes back to the money. I love you guys. I'm going to holler at y'all later.